Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda. Off here to our 2v2 on Torrente. Yes, indeed, it's the first 2v2 with a new patch. Hopefully, many more to come. In the south, we got Blue Skid Row and Rutra fighting here for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, forming up here with the 7th Armored Division, the Desert Rats, tasked with flashing out the Germans here in the north, commanded by Lines, and Rommel Circus is the translation I got here. Forming up here with the 16th Panzer Division, we got a Kenkrat out here for Lines. The Kenkrat did receive a minor buff, basic scout ability rather than be a, timing ability where it can't move. It can now scout ahead, but move slow while doing so. So, double Sappers Vegas here for Blue Skid Row, who's gone for Indian Artillery. Rapidly moving up here in the center with the Sappers. More Sappers and Vegas flowing up. He's quickly looking to secure the center here against his opponent. As always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued and generous support of Propagandacast. Thank you very much. And a big thanks to all those people who keep liking and commenting on the video as well. That helps get out the video to as many people as possible. So, both sides look to rush the center field point here. British forces moving up slowly on the west side of the map, securing the field point right between the two British bases, and the Germans are also slowly moving forwards here, with Lines advancing there. Kenkrat there moving forwards. We'll have to he's going to try the communication cables. First shots fired over the central field point here by the plaza. Triple Sappers here though for Blue Skid Row, he's going hard on them. That said, it does make sense for this map. Urban maps are generally very nice for, well, assault units like the Sappers. They got flamethrowers, they got some machine guns, they got grenades. Got the Panzer Grenadiers moving towards the west here, towards the center, maybe in the east. We got the 250 have to check out here. They're already from Rommel Circus here, which may or may not be a reference to Rommel's 21st Panzer Division in Normandy, which was a bit of a circus with a variety of converted French vehicles that was operating. Moving forward here, probably waiting for that flamethrower to get ready so you can flush out the British here. German forces in the east being held down by the Vickers already. The church definitely becoming a hotspot here for British-German, well, antagonistic relationships. Meanwhile, on the west side here, Rutra is not quite ready for this. He is moving in steadily to support his teammate here in the east, but nonetheless, the Germans here, utilising the mobility of the Deutsches Afrika Korps, were able to get the drop here on Blue Skid Row. But now, Rutra, of course, catching on to going in the east, moving up forces. We've got more to see for Blue Skid Row. Section advancing here for Rutra. Panzer being pushed back. Half to goals withdrawing here. No flamethrowers as of yet. East side here, a bit more of a standstill between Lines and Blue Skid Row. Let's pop over to Rutra, who's yet to go for battle group. He's got 2 sections and the machine gun on top of just 1 Sapper section. Interesting. We got the section where's the Panzer Grenadiers. We got the Kenkrat moving in here. No upgrades on that one. And of course, I forget to stuff unique team codes. There we go. Sorry about that. Section with the Panzer Grenadiers. I'm getting better at it, but definitely need to work more on it. So Panzer moving forward to the 250 half, going straight for the section, going in hard for the fatherland. Bit of some close quarters action here by the northwestern victory point there. Finally got the flamethrower up here. That's going to put some pressure on Rutra's men here in the streets, as they're definitely not flame-proof. Meanwhile, east side here, we get to see mortars being brought up there for Lines. Section are being burned out. Sappers section being forced to withdraw here in the face of Rommel Circus. Leichter Schützen Panzerwagen catching here Rutra in a bit of a bad spot. East side here, the machine guns, pioneers, the flamethrowers, and mortars here, all clashing out there. Sappers suppressed, almost pinned down. And we got here Rutra with the heavy mortars. They both, by the way, going for Indian artillery. I mean, it does make sense for the map, to be honest. So we got a pheasant out there hauling 100mm mortars out here. We got the medical conventional way there as well. Also makes sense, honestly, particularly on this map here, long distances. It definitely adds a bit of premium to just healing and enforcement at the front line. Vickers repositioning just a bit here. We can see that Blue Skid Row got forced back here in the end by Lines, and Rutra is also experiencing some setbacks in the face of the Germans. Vickers there being assailed head on. We might see the half take their flank in to assist. Yeah, Rutra they're realising the situation going. Alters his Vickers withdraw before they're all toast. There you go, ambulance mortar there at work, 4.2 inch, which I think roughly is 100mm. And the Vickers goes down. This is a great haul there for the Germans to get off with it, which most likely they will. Section of the counter-attack here. There we go, God needs to retreat the Vickers here. Active set up here. Good chance of not getting a wipe or getting it back here. Very lucky there for Rutra. Very fortunate. Over here to lines. We've got 2 grenadiers, 2 machine guns, a mortar, and the pioneers for the Flammenwerfer. No sign of battle yet here for him, as he forms up with the 6th Panzer Grenadier Company. Sappers there being burned up. More sappers being pulled in here by Blue Scarecrow in an attempt to push the Germans off away from the church. And we go, MD42 definitely looking to make that tough. In the west here, continued fighting here. Kettenkrad goes down lines, not paying attention, loses Kettenkrad there, blown apart. We can only hope it wasn't upgraded. That's certainly a nice little kill there for the British. Meanwhile, fighting continues here by the church, so that's 2 mortars up for the British, 1 for the Germans. Of course, one of the British mortars is a bit bigger than the rest. Machine gun hurling up, church getting hit from the British mortar fire. We got a machine gun coming the far eastern flank here. Plaza there being a silver British forces as Blue Scarecrow is putting in his damnedest to gain it for the British Empire, for the crown. Sappers almost getting knocked out here though, as we got there Rommel Circus dashing in with his half tank, conducting a mini blitzkrieg here in the narrow streets of Torrente. Northwest though, Rutra continues to advance here, forcing back the Germans. MD34 here from Rommel Circus. They're getting in a bad spot. Could even see a wipe here. Very good. And a medic bunker. Wow, we don't see those a lot. Interesting pick here by lines. Very interesting. Meanwhile, Hafter going for the heavy mortar. A devious move. He might actually try and drive off with it even. Oh dear. Oh dear. He's actually... Oh dear. Oh my. Grand Theft Granatenwerfer. He just needs to hold it off for the 250.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Meanwhile, Gurkhas have been sent in here by Blue Scarecrow with the Thompson to clear out the Germans here, forcing out of the church. They're then getting forced out of the church as realizing entire things are about to collapse harder than the Soviet economy in 1990. Vic is there about to get out of there. Mortar. Oh, it's just cutting out. I feel like you should just hold it off for the half track to the base here, but that's just me. And then we get Mechanized here from lines. Yeah, already the early moments here, seeing some spicy surprise here. Medic bunker there can heal, can reinforce. That's about it, really. That's definitely still handy, particularly again on a map like this. And of course, it's a bit tough to deal with. So, thumbs up here to lines. Meanwhile, it's over to Rommel Circus here. His Panzerjäger's fighting up the Gurkhas. He's got multiple half-tricks at the front line here. No sign of upgrades for them. No 250. He can upgrade them with it. He's actually gone for the combat half-tricks upgrade. Pursuing though here the Gurkhas. He wants them toast, but apparently realizing he can't do that without risking too much, decides not to pursue them after all. Meanwhile, the mortar crew continues to hold out there. Apparently, Rommel Circus couldn't find it in him to find a half to just turn all the way back to base. They're just having some poor saps just hold it all the way back there.
Requisition of light support elements.
You're supposed to be mechanized. Why are you holding this thing all the way back to the base? I hate this. Panzer's there in trouble. Hectic fighting here. A lot of back and forth so far. A lot of back and forth, and you know, heavy mortars being hauled off there. Spicy stuff here. Samples of the 250 half track. And we are getting the Kampfwagen 38 here upgrade now on the way here for him. Feels a bit late here with that kind of upgrade, but maybe in the 2v2 scenario it can work a bit fast. Be able to get a mortar half and go for one of each. I mean, he's going to have 2 mortars here. Alright, I mean, I'm not complaining. More Vickers out here for the British under Rutra's command, although one of them is an MG34. Fighting continues with the church here. Well, what's increasingly left of the church? And we got the machine gun bunkers or medic bunk acting as a anchor point here for lines. And the 6th Panzer Grenadier Company as Rommel Circus with the 2nd Panzer moving forwards. We've got an ambulance being hauled forwards here, an ambulance. Panzer Grenadier 250-9 upgraded. And we got the mortar after all this again. He's got 2 mortars, one of which is significantly heavier than the other. And we got Italian combined arms. He can even go here for some event if he wanted to, but he goes for the Pack 38. So he's not even going for the left-hand side of this battle group. We got an Akral out here though for lines. Courtesy of course of Mechanized. West side here, Panzer pushing back the sappers. Does he even like have any tech? He does have the Panzer Grenadier coming. He's got he's the one going for the pack there then, I think. Let's see, he's also going for one. Yes, they're both going for anti-tank guns here. Interesting choices. Interesting choices. And we got a Stuart light tanker for Blue Skitter here, finding in the ruins, opening up and German Grenadiers. Gurkhas there, utilizing the smoke here to cause confusion and break through the German lines to the east side here. Lions there frantically trying to keep up. And it's back to Blue Skitter here. Gurkhas though being caught by the arc guard here, forced away. Of course, now he knows there is a medic bunker there, acting as a support element there for the German lines by the church. Gurkhas almost taken out here. Pioneers in trouble. Meanwhile, in the center here, we got the 250-9 being engaged to the Panzerjägers. British tank hunters there with boys. We got Panzerjägers nearby, Panzer Pioneer, Panzer Guns. We got Gurkhas out for Rutra as well. It's all Gurkhas. Grenades are being chucked into the advancing Gurkhas there. And we got the Haymotor now at the front line here supporting Rommel Circus and by extension Line. Stuart there being forced back. You got a machine gun just left out in the open here. Panzer Pioneer, Panzerjägers moving up here. Vickers grabbing the far west munitions point here.
Enemies pushing the line.
The match just is not slowing down. Arthrop moving up, backed up by Grenadiers here. Stuart there, holding up the entire German advance. Well, with a 6-pounder gun in reserve here. For how long though can Blue Skitter manage this feat here? In the face of advancing German troops now backed up with the Panzerabwehr on the theatre. Of course, that probably does mean he's not going to go for Stugs. Tragically. But there you go, great shot from the Pack 40. Stuart rocked it. Oh, Pantherfaust there, almost taking out the Stuart entirely. Here's Sappers, desperately hoping the entire thing doesn't explode. And the Stuart has less than a point of health left, but still more than 0, which is hard to say has 0 there. It's a bit of a weird situation, but yeah, you can in a situation where it has basically that sort of situation. That Stuart was probably the world's luckiest Stuart. Good lord, what kept this thing alive? The tea kettle. Oh, okay. Anyways, Gurkhas pushing onto the Grenadiers here. Pack's pulling back as they realize there's a bunch of angry Nepalese elite infantrymen with Thompsons coming their way. After applying some tongue fire, Pioneers being forced to vacate the premises. Meanwhile, in the center, got a Vickers holding up the German advance here. And more further west here, we got Rutra trying to outflank Rommel Circus. Haymotor there could probably hold a bit further forward to the front line. Gurkhas continue to advance, but they're extending themselves quite grievously, and I think Blue Skitter realizing he has a risk of losing them. Sappers charging the Panzer Pioneer back with the Vickers. We've got German mortar fire. They're just hammering into that Vickers, almost wiping them out. And there you go. White it did indeed become. More Gurkhas out for him. And there you go, grabbing the MG there with the Grenadiers. Is he wanting to he sacrificed the Grenadier squad there for the Vickers. That didn't really appear worth it, honestly. There might have been a misclick from Lines. Anyways, to Rutra, who, while all this is going on, has gone straight for the Crusader tanks. And he's actually moving over his tank to assist his teammate, sensing a chance here of a breakthrough by hitting the right flank, hitting Lines, who does have the Pack 40. We also got 2 armored cars for the Crusaders to wreck them in support with the Stuarts and elements. They might actually be able to break Lines. His hold on the map. It's a bold strategy, a bold tactic, but if it works, it could be massive. And there you go, going in. We got artillery called in the air shells on the Pack 40. Armored assault going in a light and medium British armor. They're taking out one arc mortar. Oh, the Pack being cleared out. The air shell tripping through the Grenadiers here. Lines is getting ripped apart here by the church. His mortar's getting wiped, his pack is gone, his armored cars is gone, he's got no infantry left as well. They lost all of his grenadiers. This is horrendous. Sampling forwards here through the wreckage, the chaos, the madness. Machine gun wiped out as well here. There's still a machine gun but can further come the right flank here by the railway embankment. Pack's about to get destroyed here. And we can see that now Rommel Circus is forced to assist his faltering teammate who was definitely not ready for this. And now Blue Skitter sending in the reserves of the second wave of troops. This time it's the assault Gurkhas with the Thompsons, with their Ayokokali, causing absolute chaos here, further havoc and a further collapse here of Lines. The complete lack of any infantry has just proven to be a massive problem for him, and of course just one pack there. He's got another one on the way there, but there's still no troops here. There's still no infantry. It's just Pioneer support weapons. Medic bunker there being slammed by the Crusader. His 2-pounder gun. By now, though, Rommel Circus has managed to somewhat stabilize there, but it does mean the left flank is now more open as well. So it's not without its risks, it's not without its cost for Rommel Circus there. He is, I think, trying to at least try and draw away some attention there by actually attacking, but he's getting caught here by the Gurkhas. As of course, Rutra has his own Gurkhas as well. And we got the machine gun bunker here in the fight, but the railway embankment there. About to get wrecked here by the Crusader. Pack is being hauled forwards. Panzergrenadiers, machine gun moving up there. Go Pack gets a shot off from the Crusader. Bunker is barely standing. It's more paper mache than concrete at this point. Still there though. Veteran C2. Almost got the Crusader here. Bit of mistake. Got artillery call in though on the railway station with the machine gunist. The Crusader goes down, but even with the Crusader down, he's getting so much value from it. So many kills, so many wrecked up guards. Another Pack 40 here for Lines. Has got 3 machine guns, 2 Pioneers, mortars, and a lot of anti-tank guns. He's clearly stalling for something, but it's likely rhymes with Panther. But the lack of infantry, I think, is significant concerning. Meanwhile, Rutra moving up with a fresh Crusader here, moving up the centre where the German lines are now not quite dense enough to really resist a British armoured assault there. Line strategy is definitely, I think, underlined by some flaws, which so far Rutra and Blue Skitro are doing a fairly good job. So what is this? He's got the 250-9 hunting down the Gurkhas. The 250-9, he almost had them there, but decided not to push for the final moment there. And of course, he's going to regret them. And now he's got a Crusader and a section moving in and knocking it out anyways.
One of our capture points is
Man, this match. Anyways, east side, Gurkhas moving up for Blue Skitro. Germans holding up here. Fresh machine gun moving up for the bunker there. Artillery called in. Gurkhas moving up here. Artillery called in the Pack 38 here. Machine guns coming up there. And it was not until it was a German Luftwaffe strength there from Rommel's Circus. Crusaders up there. And we got Crusaders out for Blue Skitro as well. Pack 38 wiped out here by Rutra's Crusader tank here. Another Pack 38 ready. Overblitzed ambulance quickly recruiting the Pack 38 here. Stewart racing in here, looking to exploit a gap there. Once more lines, and he's almost got it. There's another Pack 38 nearby, but the wreckage of the rail station does make it harder for the Pack 38 to get an easy shot on it. No, it's going to happen now. It's going to happen now. He does know of it. He does know of it, and the Stewart goes down to the Pack 38. On the Pack 40, the Pack 38 goes down here, but grenades here. Damage engine on Blue Skitro's Crusader. He might actually lose both tanks at this rate. Back here, troops holding up.
The bunker has been retrofitted. The enemy has.
And there's another bunker up somewhere. It's another medic bunker, this time behind the railway station. He's really keen on these medic bunkers. Interesting. Meanwhile, over to Rommel's Circus, noting about lines is close to the Panther. Bag of base here for Rommel's Circus. We do have the Panzermeer Commando. Planning Panzer IIIs, but it's also not impossible that Rommel's Circus is planning to go for Tigers. Meanwhile, more type in caught here. Crusaders getting hit with anti-tank grenades. Engine blown up. Pack 30's almost got it. Gurkhas there being met with an MG-34 and a bombed out apartment building. And the Crusader goes down. The British armoured losses are high as they're having a tough time here breaking the hardened, the fortified lines of the 16th Panzer Division. Meanwhile, we got more armor on the way there. More Crusaders being sent to the front line. No thought maybe for, infantry tanks. That is the Matildas help break through all of this. Bunker there getting hit by British mortar fire. Rutra and Blue Skip looks like they're going to try and make another push in the center here, hoping that Rommel's Circus here extended like a rodeo clown in a way too big of a rodeo. Might be over for an attack here. Sabs are getting pulverized by German artillery fire here from the Light Infanteriegeschütze. Sabs getting hit here. Panzer's being met with anti-tank sections. Pack 30's being forged. One Bechley 2 here. I mean, really, there's just so much going on here. This is an absolutely intense match, bud. That's how I like them. Gurkhas, Crusaders, another assault here from Blue Skitro to take that victory point. Under cover of the church ruins here, we got German machine guns here. They're firing from a position by the ruined railway station here. Pioneers closing in. Rommel's Circus continues here with the 2nd Panzergun Company to hold the line, but it is fairly narrowly. And what is this? We got an assembly here of vehicles there. He's actually withdrawing the ambulance here. Meanwhile, we got the field infirmary up there for Rutra. Interesting choice there. They're withdrawing that one. I actually think they roughly cost the same, but... Anyways, medic bunker there heavily damaged. And there we go. We got the Panther out here for lines. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. But he really needs some infantry. I definitely think the lack of infantry is a significant headache here for them.
50 points. They are
We got Panther 3s out here for Rommel Circus. I was actually expecting them to try and maybe go for Tigers and whatnot, but oh well. Back to Blue Skid Row.
The enemy is in the lead.
We got 246 to 424 here, so not looking great for the British in that sense. And the arrival of the Panther is certainly not going to improve upon that particular aspect of the battle. Gurkhas then moves to the flamethrowers in the center there. Rutra's Gurkhas being pushed back as well there. It's just going roughly for all of the Gurkhas, it would appear. Panzerjägers holding up here.
Artillery barrage. On
Got the 6th moving up, and in the east side here, Blue Skid Row charging with the Crusader, only to get hit by the Panther, of course, also revealing that the Germans have Panther. And the Crusader goes down, I think even taken up by its own... Oh, the Pack 38 there, obviously. Further here, we got a German attempt to hit some of Blue Skid Row's rear lines. Again, Rommel Circus infantry is really being pushed to the limits, as, again, lines just lacks in infantry, and so can't really commit that in the fight here. Meanwhile, in the west side, Rutra there is exploiting any potential gaps in the left flank again. Got the Panther 3 ready here, and will there be more on the way? Most likely, but again, he could eventually try and go for something a bit heavier. As for lines, again, there's a continued lack of infantry. Another 6-pounder gun out here, though, for Blue Skid Row. Gurkhas there being met with multiple machine guns by the railway line are rapidly repulsed. No mercy there. West side, Panzer moving up. Panther 3, they're firing through what is increasingly not much left of the west wall there.
A victory point is being overrun.
My God, these Britishers, they've got no respect for local architecture. He's just drove through 3 balls to get there and crushed someone's, like, really nice statue. Well, obviously we're different. What we crush is obviously worthless trash, not art. Jürgen, you're an idiot. Panther holding up here, grabbing the victory point there. Crusaders moving up here. We got a howitzer out for Rutra. No longer asking nicely, he is now requesting the Germans vacate the premises and their mortal coils. That's only going to intensify fighting here, that's for sure. As a Blue Skid Row, he I suppose could also go for him. Crusading up here, straight to the Panther 3. Panzer can try to catch there, go half to lightning up. And we got a strafe gun against the Gurkhas there, but they easily dodge it, sidestepping as though there's nothing. Crusaders staying very far here, and we got artillery called in on the Panzer Kanone. Flanked by a tank hunter section. East side here, though, fighting for the eastern victory point continues here. We got artillery there going off as well. Smoke deployed here. German hay mortar veterans who won there. Building slowly being, well, reduced to rubble. Bit of skirmish in the centre and attempting by Blue Skid Row to grab the centre over to Rutra.
The enemy is pushing on.
With his howitzer there.
250 points.
East side there, Blue Skid Row is just trying to force their victory points in hands no matter the cost here, and it's actually working out for now at least, but second line of machine guns behind the first line rather collapses Blue Skid Row streams will rapidly push through there. Smoke being deployed at least to try and make it difficulty for lines to establish a cohesive defensive line. Thumbs up, of course, to Blue Skid Row for the good use of smoke. West side here, you can see that Rommel Circus has slightly withdrawn his lines a bit. Perhaps the threat of British heavier howitzers has caused him to rethink his current positioning. Panther, though, is not doing too much here for lines, and again, the continued lack of infantry for him continues, I think, to be a bit of a limitation. He's actually going for support elements, and considering his current playstyle so far, though, I don't think it's because he wants Stooks, I think it's because he wants Nebelwerfers, though. Having gone for Mechanized, he could, of course, also just go for the now buffed Vesper. Anyways.
Commander, we have artillery on standby.
Crusader on the move here, Veterans 1. Howitzer firing ray there, bombarding German positions. Direct on the machine crew. Panther 3 also takes some nasty damage there from the 5.5-inch artillery emplacement. Panzer taking another nasty hit as well there. No losses from that, but they definitely seen better days. West side here, we got the Crusader putting a bit of pressure up here. East side, though, Crusader out here. Part of me actually expecting Blue Skitter to go for Howitzer himself to help blast for all this, because this is where 5.5-inch Howitzer would do a lot of good. What's this? We got Mines. You're definitely expecting a breakthrough there on the east side here. Gurkha's being met with fierce volleys of MD42 fire. And the west side here, Gurkha section running traditions here. We got the machine position still holding up here. Though it is starting to collapse here. Walls and windows falling out here under ruthless British fire. We got Panther Fleets counter-attacking with Panzer Grenadiers here. Sweeping push by Rommel Circus. It's over to lines. Who is in fact going for the Nebula Alpha. No big surprise there. Oh, he actually has brought up Panzer Grenadiers. He has gone for infantry. Thumbs up there. Though I still think he needs more, but at least he has some rather than none, which is better than nothing. Panzer Grenadiers wiped out the British airburst shells. East side, another attempt to get through. He is being met with resistance. Mines, machine guns, Panthers. Like, he is just dug in like he's just been told to establish the second Panther line, and proceed to take that very literally by adding a Panther into it. Nebula is ready here, though, for lines. Gurkhas are advancing up and cover smoke. Thumbs up to Blue Skid Row. Both from the Gurkhas and by appearances or mortars that even set that the way that the machine's been dispersed here by lines means like any gap that could still be exploited. Gurkhas pushing through there. Panzers counterattacking in through the smoke as well. They're tilly called in by the machine on the machine crew here. It's just hectic chaos here. Machine there getting pulverized by the airburst shells. No survivors. Only goulash. Meanwhile, Panthers hanging back here. Not providing much support, to be honest. Feels a bit like a waste of Panther here by lines, honestly. And now we got the Needle joining in on the 6-pounder guns. Looking to silence them out here. The streets are being lit up. And in here, in the west side, we got a strafing run on the infantry trying to save the Panzer Grenadiers. Machine crews there being riddled with bullets. Gurkhas moving up here, catching some unfortunate Panzerjägers here in a really bad spot. Forcing them to withdraw here. Panzer 3 hanging back. And we got another Panther 3 out there for the Rommel Circus. Another machine gun. Miss Panther 3 there. No attempt at armored service here. We got artillery called in again here. Airburst shells continue to rain down death from above. Over to Rommel Circus. Got 373 on 83. Another push here by Rutra now to assist his teammate again. They keep identifying line shows as the weaker spot, and it kind of makes sense whether he's very static, of course. It does also mean that Rommel Circus can flank, and he can exploit the attempts to, like, you know, dive at lines now. Now he's got like multiple Panther 3s here. Panther moving forwards. Finally, lines is getting a bit more bolder with this Panther, and it's around straight into the 2 6-pounder guns. One shot penetrates, the other bounces off the 80mm of sloped frontal armor. Another bounce here, another penetrating hit here. In the center, anti-tank section met with fierce resistance. On the west side, Panther 3's on the hunt for Gurkhas. Advancing on the eastern victory point, we got 360% 83 here. British desperately need support here. We got artillery firing down as Blue Skid has in fact gone for 5.5-inch howitzer, or whatever it's called there, and we got another one out there for Rutra, pulling up to a total of 3 5.5-inch artillery emplacements. That's a lot of artillery, but at the same time, considering how the Germans in particular lines is playing, it makes a ton of sense. Those are the British in particular ones that go for the artillery. They really want to be careful about like just trying to like just, you know, build the next Panther line there. And we got a Matilda now for Rutra, deciding he needs to go for something heavy here. Panther Feast catching the Gurkhas, almost taking that. Sappers quick withdrawing here. We got tank traps being laid down. British German force swimming up in the wake of the Panther Feast here. Section being hammered here. Panther taking a few more hits, withdrawing. Close to Vetchi 2 though, at least. More hard to fire there from the British. Almost got the recce section here. One more shot, one more hit. Could take them out, finish them off, and down they go. Matilda moving up here. 6-pounder gun firing at the Panther 3s. It's complete chaos here. There you go, another good shot. More artillery firing down on the Matilda. East side here, though, Blue Skitro with heavy artillery support is finally able to get the victory point here by the church. And the overall positioning now of lines is certainly looking a lot more shaky. Its positions are less ideal. There's also a lot more cratering for the troops to move through here to overcome the German guns. There you go. Bypass the machine, calling artillery here on the medical bunker. Gurkha's waiting for the pioneers here as well. Airburst shells on the medic bunker. Not what they're quite ideal at, to be honest. They're clearly doing enough there in the end anyways. Also got the howitzer joining in the front here. Almost got the medic bunker. And down it goes. There's the second medic bunker. Reduced to rubble. The concrete giving way there due to incessant British artillery. There you go. Howitzer out from as well. The 5.5 inch. More fire in the center here. The Germans, I think, need to like get a bit more aggressive. In particular, lines need to pick up the pace because the current pace, they are just themselves like very large artillery targets, which is definitely not what you want to be doing against the British with Indian artillery.
A victory point is being
Grab the point here. Opening forwards, we've got abandoned mortar troops here in the craterous landscape. Heavy fighting here breaks out around the center. We've got Matildas versus Panther-Threes. And we got a 17-pounder gun now out here for Blue Skirt Row. He's had enough. Those damn Panthers, he's bringing his biggest guns to deal with it, which honestly makes sense. Nebula for flying way for lines. Hitting the sappers. Until we got the main road here into a gap in the German lines, only defended by machine guns. We've got more airburst shells calling the ambulance moving in to assist. More tafting hanging back here. The Panther-Threes being pushed back. The sheer pressure, I think, forcing Rommel Circus to put his panzers into reserve, I think, trying to predict where the next move might come, so he can respond to that better. Restart. Panthers are pushing forwards. Matilda there with the damaged engine Panther force, but there you go. 17-pounder gun to the rescue. They're halting any Panther-Three counterattack here. Good setup by Blue Skirt Row. Thumbs up. Up northwest here. Going for the western victory point as well. There we got 183 to 1531, but now the Germans will start to bleed here. But we can see they're trying to get back the eastern victory point. Looks like it may just be successful. Quickly reposition the 17-pounder gun. We got so many houses just thundering away there. Streets being turned into dust. And it's time to pop over here to Rutra.
This isn't good. The enemy have the upper hand.
182 versus 1523. The Germans were able to halt the bleeding and once more get it going against the British. What will the British do now besides just keep firing howitzers at the Germans? Those damnable hands. Gurkha's advancing there. Parney's been caught in a bad spot there. Rapidly advancing. We got the biggest flame. We got the Nebula for joining in now. The party here. Tiller caught in on the Panzer up there. Can only 40. Gurkha's moving up. Panzer's firing in there. We got more Tiller fire off here. Men being vaporized in the streets here of Torrente. So much artillery here, so much devastation, so many casualties. Panther-Threes counterattacking here.
We're losing a victory point.
Pamp holding back. Mass anti-tank and push here from Rutra and Blue Skirt Row there. Again, they're applying most of the pressure here to lines. Panthers being hammered there. 6-pack of Panther-Threes being pummeled as well there. Rutra's Crusaders about to get knocked out here. Pack 4 that's almost wiped as well. We've got the 6-pounder guns still advancing. Panthering up the flank here. Deploying smoke. Crusader down now. Crusader down. But so are countless German support weapons here. Grenade assault here. We got another medic bunker up and we got more barrages on set medic bunker as the British are, of course, quick to want to snuff that out. More Panzer Grenadiers on the way. Of course, the question is, will it be for Valplay? It is, in fact, for him. And we finally got armed reserves lined up here, though, for Rommel Circus.
Gurkha rifle section ready and waiting.
And the could, of course, do some light repairs. The medic bunker just... No, it's still sort of standing. Sort of. Sampling 4 tier 6-pounder guns as well. We got Nebula for deploying white phosphorus here. That's definitely not a bad idea.
Commander,
Meanwhile, Matilda on the move here, veteran 2-1. Ambulance hanging back here. Light infantry gun, they're holding up as well here. A mortar bar still added. For Rommel Circus, and it's over to Lines. Who actually has the Vespa unlocked here. He's also got the single to the barrage. Guess he won't be going for the newly buffed Sturmgewehr Starstorm. I mean, honestly, that kind of makes sense on this map in particular, but it does appear like he really just wants to like play more defensive strategy. Even in the face of so much artillery, Gurkha's being forced to withdraw. Again, the fighting is just brutal here. Ruthless. Matilda there as well. There we got the British force again pushing up through the less ruined western streets here, roads. More to finally clear out a British artillery farm. I mean, this really was a great steal there for Rommel Circus. Panther slicing and retreating Gurkhas. We got this Matilda there, prodding covering fire. East side here, the Lions men are taking increasingly heavy losses. He's brought up more Panzer Grenadier at least. Thumbs up for that, but he's also filling so much fuel. So much fuel. Grenades being chucked all the place. Machines about to get cleared out there. By the Gurkhas. In the center, the plaza has fallen to the British forces of the 7th Armored Division. In the west side here, the streets are also being claimed by the British. The Germans are in a lot of trouble. And we actually got the newly buffed Vespa out here. And notably cheaper amongst other things here. So an actual Vespa. Seems a bit of a curious attempt here at this point by Lions, but maybe can make it work in spite of everything. Meanwhile, east side here, Panther with minimal support here. Continues to try and set up a desperate defense of the eastern victory point as once more Blue Skid Row feeds his men into this hellscape. Meanwhile, Matilda moving up the center. We got Tank Hunter 6 moving up there. Vespa being spotted. He could actually lose the Vespa before he gets to do anything with it. He's firing it though. He's firing it on the other point. Great shot there. Gurkha's being ripped apart. Deploying smoke here. Anti-tanks looking forward to Panzer's arriving here. Grenades off and the Vespa goes down. Oh no. Mortar after taking a direct hit alongside the machine gun from a British howitzer. Somehow, neither gets instantly vaporized. Over to Rommel Circus, who can now go for the Tiger Tank. And he does call in the Tiger Tank. A last ditch attempt here by Rommel Circus, I think, to turn the tide against the British, as the lines have steadily been eroded by the near incessant British artillery from 3 5.5-inch artillery pieces. Never mind all the airburst shells. Also, he's not really bothered with the rest of the battle group here. Sam's under fire here from the Nebel Alpha. 223 162 here. Panzer III roaming about. They're looking for easy targets. Gurkhas definitely sent packing. Tiger Tank. Has he actually forgotten about his Tiger Tank? Okay, there we go. Tiger Tank on the move here for Rommel's Circus. Gurkhas moving at the west side here. Matilda being repaired in the center. Gurkhas moving at the east side here, going to some Pantagoniers, but the Pantagoniers are just no match for the Gurkhas, particularly not in this ruined landscape, but there's a lot of craters that allow the Gurkhas to get much closer to the Pantagoniers without much trouble. Panther moving up again, close to 82. Matilda heading eastwards, further up north here. We got the Panther Feeder pursuing the Gurkhas with its 50mm gun and its countless machine guns. Panther there exposing its side armor here to the British guns is definitely not ideal here for Lines. Not ideal at all. But at this point, anything I think is hardly ideal for him. Tilting forwards here, going straight for that Panther. Bold move here by Rutra. West side, we've got the victory point grab back here. The punch, we've got the Tiger Tank still hanging back here. Rommel Circus is not keen on like pushing his Tiger ahead here. More artillery fire here. I mean, there's definitely not going to be running any trains through here anytime soon, that's for sure. Not anytime soon. And what is this? He's diving with his Panther feed there, going for the howitzers. Rommel Circus has finally had enough here of Monty's orchestra, and he's about to silence those tubes. Almost got one of the howitzers here. Get rid of the both of them. That certainly helped there, but probably should have done this sooner. Oh, wait. Howitzer cleared up, but still needs to be destroyed. Targeting slamming forts here. The landscape remains, well, a hellscape. Tiger tank can't hit due to the massive layer of dirt and rubble. They need to get the tiger tank to a better position. More Cougars moving up in front of the tiger tank. There you go. Got a shot through. East side here. Slow push by lines. Trying to force the way forwards. Panther 3 got one of the howitzers, but there's still one more to go there. And Blue Skitter, as all this happens, actually built another howitzer. Meanwhile, got a Stug on the way here. 4 lines. I mean, I think he'd gone for one soon. That'd be great, but at this point, it just feels a bit silly. I mean, it could theoretically work. In particular, actually remember to go for the opposite quarters here, but yeah, I know. Panther moving forwards. Tilly called in here. Sappers, Gurkhas going for that victory point. We got 162% on 21. Now the Germans take behind the British. Panther withdrawing here. Panther 3 withdrawing as well. Gurkhas making a run for that victory point. East side here. Panther ripping into the ace Gurkhas here. And we got massive artillery strikes here. I think that was the artillery strike called in there, but the Mechanized battle going. There you go. Wipe the Panzer Grenadiers. No survivors. Need for fire now. The desperation, I think it's safe to say, is real. Germans being pushed further and further away here. And the artillery is just slamming down any positions offering like resistance to the British at this point.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
83 was 162, 81. Germans managed to buy a bit of time here. But only a bit because they're still bleeding. They're just not bleeding as fast. It's basically the major difference here. Pioneer's about to get exterminated here by the Sappers. Sturmgeschütz moving up and in the pillar machine gun. Thumbs up. Pioneers wiped. Another blow there to lines. 6-pounder guns. Gurkhas moving up here. Panther 3 holding back. 162 versus 71. Gurkhas forced away here. East side here, Gurkhas, Panthers all clashing out there. Panther Stugs on the way. Stugs bouncing shots, open the 6-pounder guns. Gurkhas, anti-tanks from forts here. We got the TIE tank shooting batches in one here. Opens up for the S-mine launchers. Over to Rutra. Strafing runs again here. Infantry 6 being ripped apart there in the narrow quarters. More artillery on the east side here. Lines just continues to be slowly pushed back here under the grinding artillery fire here of Blue Skid Row. So much artillery here. So many casualties. Definitely a bit of a crazy fight here. Down to 49 points left now for the Germans. Something needs to change. It needs to change drastically. And it needs to change drastically soon. Buildings just finding entire floors just pulverized as high explosive shells there. Completely level them. Now the building just utterly gives up there under the intense barrages there for all the howitzers. More Crusaders out here for Rutra. Got 39, 38 points left here. What are the Germans up to? I do not know. Artillery moving up here slowly. TIE tank team fire here from Silver. We've got a full-on volley here of 6-pounder guns as the front to the side on the Tiger. We got the Panther 3 out here now at Fort Rommel Circus. 31, 30 best forms one. We got artillery now called in the 6-pounder guns. Could clear out the entire lot. The Crusaders keep up. The TIE tank's about to go down. And the Tiger goes down in the east side. Panther with Stug support and limited infantry support here is being pushed back. And there we go. We got GG from Rommel Circus and the match is over. Absolute chaos, absolute pandemonium, a brutal battle here on Torrente. I do think a part of this battle was just decided by the fact that Lions just decided for some reason to just play very defensively without any infantry for some time. I think that was a big mistake. It made it, I think, very easy for the British to decide to go for a lot of howitzers, and that way just slowly blast them into rubble. In this regard, I feel like they probably should have adapted, which was, again, I think, the major failure there by Lions. And Rommel Soldiers, I think, were able to keep it going. They were actually close to winning despite this, but again, after a certain point, just things started crumbling there, and they just couldn't restore order, in particular since, to some degree, Lions, it felt like, kept insisting on a more defensive strategy, despite, you know, his defensive strategy got absolutely polarized time and time again. So sometimes, even you want to play like defensively, you have to realize, you know, it's not going your way. You need to get more aggressive. I think had to be more aggressive, had to pressure the howitzers more. I think the Germans had more of a chance here overall. Still, nice band for fighting there. The early game in particular was rather exciting with a lot of engagement. Certainly wasn't overall just, you know, a match where nothing happened at all. So, hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, tell a friend, tell a family. And as always, you can support the Propagandacaster, and it's worth it by donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the description. This is Imperial saying cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.